Alright, welcome back everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Today we're talking about YouTube pranks, and not just any mediocre prank, right? Not the normal prank, like a whoopee cushion, or balloons, or maybe sticky notes or something. We're talking about legitimately messing with someone's disability and taking advantage of the fact that they need a wheelchair to get around. I mean, in my opinion, this prank is just straight up evil and malicious, and it just seems like it's encouraging people to be these abusers. So pretty much the story goes like this, right? One of these classic prank YouTubers or whatever, they uploaded a prank video back in May of 2020. Back then, nobody really watched it or knew about it, but recently I think it became viral on TikTok or something. I'm not really sure. That's just what I read on a comment, but I personally found it on Twitter, and yeah, this video just completely blew up since then. I hid my boyfriend's wheelchair to see his reaction. He cried. Now, just from the like ratio, you can already tell what type of video this is gonna be. And that's, I gotta say, that's a pretty bold title. Like, not only messing with your boyfriend's wheelchair, but advertising it on YouTube and actually saying he cried. Like, how can you legitimately take pride in making your boyfriend cry, which is someone you supposedly care about, right? So pretty much in the video, the girlfriend, like, hides this guy's wheelchair, obviously. She hides it at, like, the top of the stairs and then pretty much, like, wakes him up from bed by, like, slapping him. And then pretty much just tells him to go find it. Now, I kind of refuse to actually put a clip of this video in my video. I just don't want it to be there. It's just icky. This guy is pretty much forced to get around using his arms to drag himself, and it's just kind of, it's just hard to watch. The girlfriend even, like, says these demeaning kind of phrases like, oh, you're gonna crawl around or something. It's just awful. Honestly, it's pretty rare for me to talk about any sort of pranks on my channel because usually it's like the same stuff every time, but occasionally there's these type of things that just come on my radar and I really have to talk about them. YouTuber hides disabled boyfriend's wheelchair as prank, sparking backlash. He uses his arms to drag himself around the house to look for his wheelchair, ultimately crying. Dude, I can't imagine posting a video like legitimately abusing your boyfriend and making him cry, even if it's an act, right? Like, I just don't understand how that would possibly end well at all, because you've just got a whole bunch of negative attention on your channel, and I don't really care what the other side of the story is. Like, oh, me and my boyfriend were in on it. He's not actually upset. He was just pretending. Like, first off, I'm not gonna take your word for it, because for all I know, it's like a toxic relationship where one person has more power than the other. And even if that's not the case, right? Like, he's in on the prank and ha ha ha. I don't care, because it still does have negative effects, because people watching might be encouraged to do the same because your video went viral, right? Any person with like a partner with a disability might think it's okay to do this because they see their favorite YouTuber prankster do it, right? And that's just not okay, because it's abuse. Like, let's just call it what it is. You're playing with someone's disability. Now, obviously, after the video went viral, they turned off the comments because obviously they can't take any sort of criticism at all. I would suggest, personal suggestion, just take down the video and never upload something similar ever again. In the video, Maya hides her boyfriend Kalen Reese's wheelchair at the top of the stairs while he's sleeping because he's not going to try to look up the stairs. After Maya wakes him up with a slap across his neck, Reese uses his arms to drag himself around the house to look for his wheelchair. You just gonna crawl around? Maya asked him at one point in the video. How do you have the audacity to ask that after taking away his wheelchair, which he relies on to get around? Like, you do realize how severely messed up this is. It's like you have like this power complex and you're putting him on the ground, forcing him to crawl around, and then you're asking that question. This is like taking away someone's inhaler. Like, what's the joke there? Reese ultimately cries. When Maya gives him back his wheelchair, he gets upset, telling her, "You freaking play too much." She then tells him that if he doesn't stop being upset, she's gonna hide his wheelchair again, and that he's not gonna get it back this time. Okay, legitimate question, right? What am I supposed to assume as the viewer watching this? That this is all an innocent prank? Are you kidding me? You take away the wheelchair from a guy who needs it, he starts crying, he gets upset, pretty much signaling not to do it again. That's pretty much what he tells you. And then you get mad at him being upset, which he obviously has a right to be upset because you took away his damn wheelchair. And then you get mad at that and say, "I'll hide it again if you don't stop being upset, and I will never give it back." I'm sorry, that's just like 500 signals of an abusive relationship. Like, I'm just telling what I'm seeing here. You can call it a prank all you want, but I mean, I don't know how far this goes. Dude, I don't understand how anyone can hide behind "it's just a prank, bro," because pranks are supposed to make you laugh, right? They're supposed to make both parties feel like, damn, that was kind of funny. I did get pranked, but that was pretty funny. But this is not enjoyment. This is just a feeling of absolute disgust. People online recently discovered the video's existence and are expressing disgust with the prank across social media. I'm not going to share it, but there's a video going around of a YouTuber hiding her boyfriend's wheelchair as a prank. So let's make something very clear. Intentionally messing with a person's disability, like hiding mobility aids, changing out meds, etc., is abuse, period. I do have to agree here because, like, I know some people might hide behind the defense of like dark humor or something. I have heard that argument on Twitter, and you may think that this is like similar, but I feel like that argument is completely dumb because this is like physical, right? Dark humor is usually like words, you know, like it might sound bad, but at least it doesn't have like any physical effect. But this is legitimately making a guy crawl on the ground for ages while you constantly threaten him, make fun of him, and make him cry. That's not funny. It's humiliating. He was crawling on the floor looking for it. That's an additional thing that I don't think she understood because it is pretty humiliating when you're pretty much helplessly forced to watch your partner clown on you, someone you care about, literally taking advantage of you in front of hundreds of thousands of people and filming it for YouTube as well, and you can't do anything about it. Now, obviously, they responded to all this backlash, and it's just not great. Both Reese and Maya are now defending themselves against the backlash. Reese wrote on Twitter that he not only approves of the video, but that he edited it and uploaded it to their shared channel himself. Okay, so there's two possible situations here, right? There's number one where their girlfriend pretty much just has complete power over him and is just like, I'll take away your wheelchair unless you tweet this out or something, right? Just a sad situation. Or number two, Reese is in on it, right? The guy in the wheelchair is actually in on it, and that just makes you just as bad because you are being a terrible role model to your audience because prank audiences love to emulate their idols, right? That's the whole point of some of these channels, like try these pranks at home, right? And some people might not realize that you may have been in on it, and that may lead them to effectively just abuse their partners without any joke or punchline. Y'all need to get out y'all MF feelings, bruh, for real. He tweeted in response to a user who called the video foul. The video is hilarious to me, but all of y'all really need to stop treating us people with disabilities like we're fragile. I speak for all my wheelchair users. Now, this statement is a big problem here because, as I mentioned in my unpopular opinions video, if you haven't seen it, go watch it, but even if you are part of a certain group, in this case people with disabilities, you cannot speak for the entire group because you are just your person. You don't speak for everybody else because that legitimately makes no sense because in that case I'm a human, I speak for all humans, right? That's just dumb. Nobody's treating people with disabilities as fragile. It's just recognizing abuse when you see it. Like, if you take away somebody's ability to move around and then laugh at them and make them cry, I think that's abuse, okay? He also similarly claimed to speak for everyone with a disability when addressing the backlash on TikTok. In a TikTok video, he points to content creators who have larger platforms and partake in worse pranks, citing the I'm dead prank and the broken water prank as examples. It's not okay just because somebody did something worse. That makes no sense. Just because somebody kills 5 people doesn't mean you can kill one person and get away with it. This is legitimately the effect of these giant prank channels getting away with all this stuff, and then these smaller prank channels think that they can get away with that stuff, and then somebody is gonna look at you and think that, oh, they got away with this, so yeah, well, I can do this too. It's just a terrible cycle that never ends, so I don't know how you don't recognize it when you're doing it yourself. First and foremost, it was a prank, he says, before reiterating that he was perfectly fine with it. I love my girlfriend and she loved me. She would never do something personally to hurt me like that. Maya also addressed the backlash in her own TikTok account. I'm not using his disability for clout, she says in a video. She adds that he occasionally gets out of his wheelchair and moves around like how he's moving in the video by choice. Normalize people in wheelchairs moving and doing things without being in the wheelchair. That's normal, she says. I really despise how people use this phrase like normalize this, normalize that when they have no idea what it means. Like, it's just a fact that the premise of the video was him flailing around looking for it in despair as he ultimately cries, following which you threaten him with doing it again and not giving it back this time. You're such a clown. Like, what do you mean normalize that? Pretty much just abuse? In a different video that critics online are now also pointing to, Maya pushes Reese into the pool. Reese addressed that video in another tweet saying that he was in on the prank. I can swim. This was my idea, lol. A prank on our friends, he tweeted. Some noted that while Reese might be okay with the pranks, putting out a video like this could make able partners think that this is okay to do. As a wheelchair user myself, even if you were in on the joke broken approved first, putting out a video like this could make able partners think that this is okay to do. It isn't. Someone takes my wheelchair when I need it, I'm freaking swinging because it's abuse. I don't know what to say anymore, because if you can't understand how a video like that is hurtful to the community and just sends out a negative message altogether and just has no net positive at all, it definitely encourages abuse. So I just don't think you should do it. It's disgusting. Please stop the pranks. You can get views by doing things that people want to see, and this is definitely not what people want to see, and let me just tell you that. Anyways, that does it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, smash the like button, hit the bell, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.